Welcome back, y'all.
What up, food?
I'm in a better mood today, so you can all not worry.
Everybody just stand down. Christine's worked through her burnout issues.
Great. Feeling great today.
We're all a work in progress. You know, it's a beautiful journey. What an opportunity. We get to show up every day.
Yeah.
So,
you know what? I have a great question.
If you listen to last week's episode, know that the energy is going to be a little different today.
I know. I'm back to Miss Glitter, visionary fairy.
We're going to talk about fear versus gratitude. I'm really excited about this one.
I know. I'm
excited about all of them, but this one we were talking about beforehand. And I was like, oh, that's really great. You came up with this idea. And it's really a hidden opportunity for leaders. We're going to break down like specifically why gratitude it can be or maybe should be like a primary driver from a leadership perspective. How fear impacts us negatively. So many people we drive from fear / scarcity and we don't realize it, and that really negatively impacts things. So I think this is great. I love the power of language. I think gratitude versus fear is going to be something that's really impactful and I think really actionable for a lot of people. I think it's an easier shift than we think too, which I'm excited to break that down.
Yeah.
I think it feels heavier than it really is. All right, but you're locked in a little bit. I can see it. You're antsy.
I can't
you're
wait
like
to ask
over there.
I'm like, ooh, I can't wait to ask my question.
All right, let's get it.
Okay, so my question is, if you could solve one problem in the world, what is the thing that you would solve? That's not the question you were expecting.
No. I'm never expecting anything.
I know anything.
Just so you guys know, like we do zero prep for this part. I'm always 100% blindsided, which is good. If I could solve one problem, what would I solve? I would like to see. I would like to see people show up in a way that allows them to recognize their full potential. I one of my biggest frustrations, and I know like it's not world peace and this, that, and the other, and that's not what I'm uniquely positioned to solve. Like this is my answer because this is the lens through which I make most of my decisions. Is how do I build businesses that help people flatten the learning curve and acquire the tools, resources, and relationships they need to recognize their full potential. And one of my biggest frustrations is when, and you and I have talked about this, and I think on this podcast, but certainly you and I have talked about it offline. One of my biggest frustrations is that I feel like I'm often in scenarios where I can see people's full potential more clearly than they can. And if they could just get out of their own way, if they could just, recognize that the work required would yield incredible results if they would just do it, and they overanalyze, they question, they stop themselves, their anxiety. I mean, all the things that we all deal with, but I wish that people, I just hate when I feel like people fall so short of what they're capable of.
Yeah.
And I think we all have an impact to make, and it doesn't. I'm not advocating that everyone has to be entrepreneurs or build a big business or do that, like whatever that means for you, right? Like falling short of your full potential for your family, for yourself, for your friends, for the opportunities that you have to engage in life, to have shared experiences with people you love. I think there's so much potential that people are just let fear get in the way of them pursuing it, and that really breaks my heart, because it's just we just don't have much time. Like, get to it. Like, why not?
Yeah, you only have one life.
Yeah, like go for broke, and people let fear stop them from pursuing things that would completely change their life. And it's heartbreaking to see that. And I don't know. I think I believe in people, and I think that I'm in scenarios where I have the opportunity to interact with lots of people, and I'm just like, like it's so clear to me, and then they think it's so far away.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, literally, it's like, here it is. Like, here's the roadmap. Like, I could see how you could get there, and I'm just like, I'm scared. It's hard. What if they think something? I'm like, who cares? Like, go for broke. But people don't. They let fear get in the way. And that's why, I'm excited to talk about what we're talking about today.
Yeah, I think when I came up with this topic, I think it really did come from like a true reality, because there's been recently some people in my life that I've seen just not be able to break through, and like it's just the core. I think it's the core of what every person would solve. The core of what every person would solve is fear. Like people have addictions because fear. People don't live to their full potential because of fear. People don't have the relationships they want because they're protecting themselves, because they're afraid. And so, like originally maybe it was trauma or whatever, but like the reality is the fear of something happening again, or the fear of something not happening, or the fear of failure is just why we don't do what we were created to do, and we don't live to that full potential. And so like you said, I'm really excited to talk about this today, because I truly believe this is the thing that has helped me the most, is just being grateful. And I've actually been told recently by someone, like, you just don't worry. Like, must be nice to never be worried. And I'm like, you don't live in my head. Like, I am actually not someone who doesn't worry. I worry plenty, but my ability to lean into gratitude and possibility and remember what's already been done, and remember what's already been possible, whether it's my win or somebody else's, is my antidote to moving through fear and affirming and building those true neural pathways. So if you're a science person, this is scientific. This is not Christine fairy dust. This is scientific. We can create wider neural pathways, and we can live on the side of gratitude and possibility, but we have to work the muscle. The brain and the neural pathways are just like any other muscle in our body. And so as you go through this, if you're like, they don't worry, they don't this, but they don't have my story, come talk to me. Like, I guarantee you, Taylor and I have just as many reasons not to do the thing as anyone else. My first business, I started as a single mom with $24 in my bank account. So come at me, please. Like, there is no excuse that this can't solve. And so I just want to encourage you, if you have the excuse, just put it down just for this episode and like go for broke, like Taylor said. Just allow yourself to dream a little bit and lean into some of the things we're going to map out here and the tools we're going to map out here, because it'll make a difference. And we have plenty of fear. We have plenty of worries. We have plenty of excuses, and we have let them stop us. And that's why we're passionate about this. So I'll get off my soapbox. I'm obviously in a more fiery mood about this one. I'm back, y'all.
I back off about the energy, though. I mean, you're bringing heat just in a separate direction.
I know.
I love that.
I'm very fiery about this because I hate fear. It's the thing I hate the most. I hate it. I want to crush it like a spider.
Ooh.
Like a bug.
Sorry, spiders.
Okay,
sorry,
so
pro spider groups.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about how fear impacts our teams. We're gonna get specific here. We're gonna get granular, and through the lens of business, how does fear impact our team? So no matter where you're at in your organization, this is for you. First, fear is contagious. So when we are operating from a place of fear, it spreads in two different ways. It spreads in our tone. So you might think you're hiding it. You're not, right? Fear it's a primal emotion, and it is impossible to hide fully. So
people will smell it.
They'll smell it. It spreads through your tone, and it spreads through your silence. So when we are fearful, when we are in a state of fear, I would also maybe interject or include scarcity in that.
Yeah.
So like I just kind of see those, like pick your poison, fear/scarcity. Scarcity is we are making decisions from a fearful place because we are afraid due to a perceived lack of something, right? Resources, time, energy, know-how, skill set, the list goes on. That's scarcity. That's driven from fear. So if you're like, I'm not scared, if you're not scared, then you are operating from a place of scarcity.
And if you're angry, you're still scared. People don't get angry, fight, flight, or freeze. That's what happens. So I used to be like, I don't get scared. I'm not in fear. I'm just mad. Bitch, you still scared.
Go off. All right. So again, it spreads through your tone and it spreads through your silence. Right. When we're in scarcity, when we're fearful, when we're angry, whatever, we recoil, we pull back. So there's a silence component that is contagious. People feel it, they smell it, they sense it. You are not hiding it well. Next, it leads to reactivity. It leads to hoarding. When I'm talking about hoarding, I'm not talking about your crap that you pile in your garage. I'm talking about hoarding resources, hoarding time, energy. So we feel like that we're afraid we're going to lose it. We feel like somebody's going to take it from us. We feel like we don't have enough to move on. So we start to hoard. We start to be overly protective of the things that we feel like we can control because we are scared. We start clinging for control. And then lastly, anxiety, right? So we are going to be anxious about everything because, again, we're fearful, we're angry, we're in scarcity mode. Worst of all of those things fuel mediocrity. You are not doing your best work when you are fearful, right? So if you're in any of those states that we've talked about, then your bar is so low at that point that you can't possibly rise to your full potential. Back to what I was saying, or we were talking about earlier. So that's how fear impacts your team, right? If you are in this state, your team is going to be mediocre, right? Again, they're going to sense it. They know it's happening. It's contagious. So they're going to react the same way, which means productivity is low. And no one is going to be interested in collaboration, sharing resources, information. They're protecting, they're hoarding. Everyone's anxious. We're super reactive. And it continues to spread. So the next person you bring onto your team gets a dose of that too. Next person, so on and so forth. So,
and what this looks like in real time is you have people who are protective over their projects. Like you said, they don't want to collaborate or they're isolated. So I want you to think about the people on your team when you're thinking through this, not just for yourself. Think about the people on your team and the challenges you're coming against with your people growing and moving up or expanding their leadership skills in the organization. If there's a challenge on your team, I promise you that leader is scared in some way, shape, or form. And our job as a leader is to help them move out of fear and into gratitude or into opportunity. And so any challenges, just tie it back to fear and see how you can create more safety and security, not within you, you're not their savior, but within themselves and their own abilities and within the organization and their opportunities at hand. And we're going to tell you how.
So walk us through why is the shift to gratitude so powerful?
Oh, there's so many reasons. I could go all sciencey, but I'm going to keep it really high level. If you want more, come find me. Okay, so
especially the spider support groups.
Yeah, it just made someone mad. Okay, so gratitude opens our ears. Like at the core, it just allows us to see and hear the world differently. It helps us recognize progress. And I think that is a lot of times we might, actually, I did this a couple months ago. I was like, everything's falling, nothing's working. And you and Becca were like, I was like literally almost in tears. And I was just like straight driving out of fear instead of gratitude. And you guys totally were like, what are your wins? I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Gratitude.
The list was
wins. Long. It was so long. And then in that pursuit, I totally didn't celebrate our team because I was too stuck in fear. I wouldn't have put those words to it. I was like, I'm not afraid.
We knew.
Yeah, everyone knew. Because you're not hiding it, as Taylor mapped out. So recognizing progress is definitely one of those. You have to celebrate the wins. We start every single team meeting talking about our wins. And some weeks, guys, it's really hard. I get it, but you have to do it. It helps us to build relationship equity. So it helps us to build that trust and relationship. And when we're questioning something, gratitude helps us to look at who that person is and expect the best versus expecting the worst. And that's where our fight, flight, or freeze goes when we're in fear, is we're gonna look for evidence that we can't trust people. Gratitude helps us understand what we're grateful for and helps us find the evidence of why we can trust people. And I'm not saying lie to yourself. I'm saying find the real reasons why the people on your team are valuable and have shown up for you, and then build on it and focus on it until you find it. Because what you focus on, you will find. It helps us see options, not obstacles. So when we're stuck and all we're seeing is the big tree that fell in the middle of the road, all we're seeing is the obstacle. That's what fear does. I can't get past this big roadblock. But when we lead with gratitude, we focus on what we're grateful for. I'm grateful that I have the tool to zoom out. I have a map in front of me. I have people who to support me. It gives us more options. It helps us zoom out. So if we do that well and we focus on the things we're grateful for and we lead with gratitude and what we're truly grateful for, not just like the things that we're trying to be grateful for, true. In our gratitude, you're honestly, genuinely grateful for. We're able to see those things. So start with 3 things you're grateful for each morning, then add 3 more each day and see what happens. And if you don't have 3, start with 1 and just see what happens. Or if you're frustrated at home or you're frustrated with the team, start with just 3 things that you're grateful for. You're struggling with a leader. What are the 3 things you're grateful for within that leader? What are the 3 things they've done well? And just continue to build on it. I promise you, if you do that for even a week, all of those things are going to start to pop up. You're going to have better relationships. You're going to see more options, and your ears and eyes are just going to be open to all of the things around you versus the fear that's telling you you can't move forward. So when fear is winning.
All right. So let's take it back to, I want to give you guys just some quick identifiers of, so that you can recognize when fear is winning.
Okay.
Right. So in real time, this is what's going to happen. Your teams start to avoid risk. So when people start to push back, they're like, oh, I don't know. That's probably, we should probably hoard. Let's wait until something happens. That's reactivity. Let's, just shut down and sit on this for a while. Not that you shouldn't think critically, but when teams start to avoid risk, or organizations or groups of people who are responsible for moving things forward, when they start to avoid risk, then you probably have a problem, or at least just that should be a red flag. Check yourself. Is fear running the conversation, or is gratitude? And the easiest way to shift that behavior is to highlight wins, right? Like real time, like, hey, all right, what's worked? Because then they're focusing on what hasn't worked, and then they're going to start to be risk avoidant. Let's talk about our wins. Oh yeah, when we did that, we actually did see growth there. We got new customers. We were able to hire this person. Okay, cool. So really easy shift. Just kick the thing off with wins. Next, when innovation stalls. So if you feel like you got some momentum, things are happening, and then kind of all of a sudden, or over the course of whatever period of time, you track success. When innovation stalls, check to see if fear is winning. All right. Again, because that means that we're hoarding. That means that we're risk avoidant. That means that we're not collaborative. We're not taking chances. We're not thinking dynamically. that's going to impact innovation. It's going to impact progress. So if you see that happening, check yourself. If and when leaders start to isolate, so the leadership in the organization isn't collaborative, they're not communicating, they're canceling meetings, they're not available, they're not driving ideas, they're not connected to the vision. If any of those things are happening, if you feel like the leadership is isolating, check to see if fear is winning. If you're listening to this and you are a leader, check yourself, right? I would also hope that you would encourage your team to check you as well. But that's another part of the conversation. So check yourself if leaders are isolating.
All I can hear in my head is check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Sorry, guys.
Bringing it back full circle.
Yeah.
So what happens is gratitude ultimately interrupts this spiral. So if any of those things are happening, again, teams are risk avoidant, innovation stalled, leadership is isolated, any of those three things, if those red flags are happening, gratitude literally just course corrects that. It is impossible to continue on those paths and be grateful. When you've recognized the wins, when you've recognized what you have to be grateful for, it re-centers the identity of the leadership, the individuals involved in the organization, and the organization itself, because gratitude realigns you with your vision and mission, right? You can't be aligned with the vision and mission and the values of the company and be driven by fear. So it realigns, recenters your identity. It also reconnects you with possibility, reconnects you with why you started the thing in the first place, why you came on board, why you, right, wherever you're at in the organization. You can't move forward in those mindsets from a place of gratitude. So gratitude interrupts that spiral, right? So last but not least, bring us on home.
Leadership challenge. I kind of already gave it to you, but start by writing down 3 things today that you're grateful for, and then encourage your team to do it and encourage your kids to do it. Like, just start a challenge in your life to write down 3 things that you're actually grateful for. If you want to take it one step further, write down 3 things that you're grateful for within your last failure.
Ooh, I like that.
Like, that's hard. That's hard, right? Like when something flops, if you launched a product or you launched an event or you hired a new leader and it didn't work out, where did you go right? What are the 3 things that actually worked?
Love that.
If this is a team thing, bring everybody in and just go, what are our biggest wins? What's working? Not what's not working, what's working. What are we doing well? And then write 3 more things down tomorrow and 3 more things down the next day. And repeat until your fear is not leading you. And your mind literally will shift.
It does not take as long.
No.
It doesn't take long at all, but it doesn't take as long as I promise you're thinking right now. So anyone listening, if you're like, like I literally a day, 2 days, you do this for a week,
you will be
you'll be a different person. Yeah.
And if you're going to what if, like, why not what if in the right direction?
Yeah. I love that.
Like,
you said that before.
I mean, I have an exercise that we do with our clients, and, like, write out all your fears and then write out all the things that could go well. Like, if you're going to what if, just do it in the right direction. You are creating with your mind. You're being a visionary with your mind, with your fears. What is it? What's the stat? We should have wrote that down. The stat is like 90, what is it? Something like 96%. That might be off, but around there, 90 some percent of your fears will never happen.
All the saying goes, like, the biggest problems I had in my life never actually happened.
Yeah. It just never does. You're like, oh my gosh, what if? And then that one time you're like, I dealt with it. It was fine. Usually nobody dies, but did you die? So, just focus on gratitude. Focus on what you're grateful for. And I just have to say this because all the masculine people like myself that don't know how to just let things be things and have all the feels about them or have no feels about them. It's not soft to be grateful. It's strategic and it will help you move forward. So if you want a great strategy, be grateful.
Be grateful.
It's your best strategy yet.
I
Go.
love it.
All right. So how can people be so grateful for us? They're so grateful and they want to show up for more, Taylor. How do they do that?
If you just are chomping at the bit, like, give me more. You can find us in person the fourth Wednesday and fourth Thursday of the month. Every month. We're at Littleton, Colorado. We have partnered with Kiln Co-working Space, a beautiful facility.
We are so grateful for them.
These guys, the space is rad. They're amazing. We're going to be doing more events with them in other states in the fall. We'll let you know about that as it gets a little closer. But we're doing the Health and Fitness Business Roundtable on Wednesday, Service Hub Network on Thursday. So if you're in the health and fitness industry, if you're in trades and services industries, free networking event, along with facilitated questions that are going to solve targeted problems, pain points in your business, facilitated by Christine and myself live every single month. If you're anywhere close or you want to jump on a plane, come and hang out with us. And then, as always, impactinitiative.network. You can see what we're up to there. Reach out to us. Let us know how we can help. See how we support leaders like you, organizations, to not lead from fear, but lead with gratitude. Align your team and your initiatives through that lens. It will change the game. That's impactinitiative.network. And until then, we'll see you next time on Impact Minded.
Bye, y'all.